This is the inside of the van. We're still in Devil's Tower. James, is it okay if I film you? Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. Alright, show you the outside. Oh, shoot, wait, we gotta unlock the door here. There we go. Buttercup. Okay, coast is clear. Well, good morning again, happy campers. All right, so this is our campsite. I think I've already explained this, but so what we're gonna go ahead and do is there's a restaurant we're hoping that's still open. We got here 2 weeks before the season ends, so we really lucked out. But we're not sure if everything else is still open for 2 more weeks. We're gonna head off to Deadwood, and I'm just gonna still show you this lovely view because you guys don't want to look at my face. We're gonna head off to Deadwood. I'm gonna try to hit up Wild Bill Hickok's grave. Same thing with Annie Oakley. I think it's Annie Oakley? Or could it be? I think it's Annie Oakley. Anyway. And if possible, get a Bloody Mary in the same bar that Wild Bill Hickok was shot, because I'm that way. So then we head off to Rushmore. Then we head off to Crazy Horse. And then we're going to boondock somewhere along the I-80 in Wyoming. Then head back down, get a second shot at Zion. Hopefully we'll have better luck then. All right. So, in the true spirit of Willie Nelson, we are on the road again. It's a little too early, all right. My mind is going on various different areas. That's cool.
You're also
yes.
The first person who knows artist names on the song.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, and then there we go. All right, goodbye, Devil's Tower. You were definitely worth the trip. How many miles have we covered?
At least 1,200.
Yeah, at least 1,200 miles. I think this is the furthest I've driven in America in the past 30 years without going to my parents.
Same here. Oh, look, you can see the window on the right.
Oh yeah, you can. This is a prairie dog morning. They're out and about. They're hanging out. Nah, I think we got our prairie dog filled last time. Hold on. There's... Trying to get one in silhouette. There we go. There's one. Okay. Well, I was hungry. I started digging in. I've been wanting pancakes since the beginning of this trip. I got pancakes. They're absolutely delicious. James?
We got a skillet, and Tyler kept on talking about the pancakes, so I got an extra pancake for $2.50.
Nice. No, this is this is at the KOA campgrounds right outside the immediately right outside of the gate here over in Devil's Tower. We didn't want to film yesterday because, well, you know, it was a small town and we kind of got the lay of the land. That I don't think that type of documentation was welcome, but this place is nice and friendly.
Yeah, we had good steaks last night.
Yeah, we had great steaks last night. Oh my gosh, we didn't film any of that, did we?
I'm not sure.
No. Anyway, yeah. It's like we went all the way through the prep on me salting the steaks and everything like that. We didn't get to. I don't think we did get to film because, well, we were hungry and we weren't thinking about filming. We were thinking about our stomachs. Yes, and it was cold. So, all right. Speaking of stomachs, I'm hungry. Bye. We almost walked past this. Look at this. This is all of the Close Encounters memorabilia. Right here. They even got a pinball machine. That's awesome. Okay, James, we just finished a wonderful breakfast over at the KOA campgrounds. We got some souvenirs, and now tell the folks where we're headed.
All right, we are headed to Deadwood, and then we're going to Rushmore, and then Crazy Horse. Yep. And then Zion. To Zion is 1,040 miles just to get to there.
Yes. So we're gonna boondock like we did on the 80, get as far as we can there, and then on Monday night we're gonna go off to Virgin, which is like right outside of the Zion National Park, and then we're gonna go to then we're gonna get up super early there, and then we're also gonna try for permits to do Angel's Landing as well. Starting to film early because I'm not sure when this is going to happen, but this will be James and my first time in South Dakota. We're about to cross the border here.
Get ready?
You ready? All right. I think we're about to happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, and also we'll know because the road changed as well. And woohoo!
We are in.
And the road change. Welcome to South Dakota! Yay, we're in South Dakota. This is so cool.
Another state.
Another state. James, what do you think of South Dakota?
It's very similar to Wyoming.
It in no way looks like northeastern Wyoming. So, since this is our first time in South Dakota, I imagine there's going to be a lot of firsts for us. Hey, James. First hay bales in South Dakota. Hey, James. First barn in South Dakota. So I'm not gonna lie. South Dakota is kind of frugal on the firsts. Okay, so here we go. We're making the exit toward Deadwood.
Take the exit, then turn right onto US 85 South.
Gas is still roughly the same price that it is in Wyoming.
At the stop sign, turn right onto US 85 South toward St. Muntz.
Here we are, folks. Deadwood.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Main Street.
This is going to be cool since I haven't even finished season 2 yet. I think. I haven't seen the entire series, but I definitely know that dude. So, we're filming.
Tyler, what are you getting?
All right, I'm getting a Bloody Mary. We're in the bar that the Wild Bill encounter shot. Yeah.
Called Wild Bill's Bar. I got the Black Hill Maple Bacon Coffee Porter.
Well, didn't get the bread to go. Nobody knows.
All right, going into Wild Bill Museum, the area where he was shot. Wow. Wow. And that is what's commonly known as a dead man's hand. You've heard that expression?
No.
Dead man's hand? Okay. I believe it's, yeah, spades and clubs, aces and eights. I think you and I are spending more money in Deadwood than we thought we would.
Well, the brothel was expensive.
The brothel was expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, I just bought the ultimate souvenir. I got Deadwood in Deadwood. You get it? We are now leaving Deadwood. Thoughts on Deadwood? Very friendly folk. Really cool history. They definitely know, they're definitely capitalizing on its history, not necessarily on the show. There's a few things associated with the show. You definitely know where they stand politically. If you are not in line with them politically, I suggest that you keep that to yourself and keep politics to yourself. We didn't have a problem, but you definitely know where they stand politically, and you want to make sure that you put a foot right in that regard. But again, incredibly friendly folk. The Wild Bill, having a drink at Wild Bill's was the highlight, and then also the video of how it was back in the 1800s. That was super cool. Those folks were amazing, yeah, I think that covers it. And we spent so much more money than we expected. So I got a couple of t-shirts, got a fridge magnet, I got a wooden skull.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So now I can do my Hamlet monologue in my room by myself without my wife walking in and me getting embarrassed. Really good time. Highly recommend this stop. Talk to you soon. To Mount Rushmore. This is pretty impressive. It's a bit smaller than I thought it would be, but it's actually really cool. All right, James, here. Your thoughts on Mount Rushmore?
It's a big rock.
It's a very big rock. No, but
It's very cool. I
yeah.
mean, if you really think about it, the artistry of being able to carve out into that stone. I mean, first of all, picking its location.
And also, I mean, look at that scree pile. I mean, that's not easy to get up to, nor, I mean, look at also the rocks around it. That's not easy to rappel either.
No, and I would have guessed that, like, with all the, what is it called, striations in it? Like, that there would not be solid rock behind it.
Yeah.
So actually selecting, it would be cool to see a picture like of before and after. I'm sure they have a few.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. All right.
And you heard there's a lost library or lost door up there? There's a secret door up there, Tyler.
I probably, Illuminati. Yeah.
That's where they keep all the...
Sure, I believe it. Let's go with that. Because, the one thing that we're short on in America is conspiracy theories.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but going back to what he asked, when was the last time someone went to the Hall of Records?
Well, when they go up there, they're in the Hall of Records.
Oh, okay, so they're
right
in the Hall of
there.
Records. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's
Gotcha.
not a place that you give tours to.
We used to give tours, believe it or not. And we had a group in July of 2009 that took over the mountain. Not a nice takeover.
Oh.
One of those kind of takeovers. And they were already dealing with, we were all dealing with the aftermath of 9/11 and security and, cameras and all this other kind of stuff. And then that happened, coupled with the fact that we had visitors who were going on these tours who had no business going on the tour. so it was a combination of liability and just trying to protect and secure the resource that they finally stopped doing it. So 2009, 2010 was when they stopped allowing the public. Oh no, man, they're running up there. There is no, okay, so I did mention the men had a staircase. This was the staircase that they had. Remember I said Borglum would hike up there? Well, they had a staircase. They had 501 steps, 41 platforms that they had to go up. They had to be up at the top before they could clock in. Those staircases are gone. You want to go up there, and I have been up there, you have to scramble through the trees. And I do mean sometimes you are scrambling on your hands and knees because it's too steep. You don't have a path, you have nothing to hold on to. So you're down there scrambling up the side. Once you get to where the mountain is exposed, the base of the mountain over there on that side where the two peaks come together, there is a vertical staircase.
I see.
And I kid you not, it's one of the most scariest staircases I have ever gone up. The rungs, the steps are very, very narrow. It's straight up and down, and you've got, you know, a straight iron rail on each side that you're holding on to, and you're literally looking at the rock like this the whole time you're climbing up. So you can't really look down, and you can't really look up. You're just like looking. So they'll scramble through the rocks, and then when they get to the staircase, that staircase will take you to where the canyon is. But they go up there all the time. They do maintenance on the faces. Usually they go up there once a year, this time of the year, September, October, when it's a nice day like this, before it starts snowing and all the ice and all the cold and everything like that. And
So, the ice cream that we were looking forward to. James, what happened?
They said they were out of it. How are they out of their signature ice cream?
I'm a little bit irritated.
You should have seen actually. He said, "Can I get the vanilla?" And they're like, "We're out." You didn't even. You just immediately walked away. You didn't even say no. Okay.
No, I'm done. No, that's not cool.
You walked away pissed off.
I didn't say anything. I just thank you and then walked off. Yeah, and I'm a wee bit hangry right now. So there's that. I'm sure as soon as I eat a sandwich, I'll be back to my normal jovial self. James, you just asked me a question. What was it?
Said, how are you going to do when you do a 48-hour fast?
I am not doing a 48-hour fast, James. I value my marriage. Okay, so thoughts on Mount Rushmore. It really is an impressive piece of artistry. It was smaller than I thought, but the logistics of, again, you saw in the video, of trying to do all of that was absolutely amazing. Jefferson, it took 3 tries for Jefferson. Is that correct?
I think
James?
so, yeah. 3 tries, and
yeah.
They were concerned about the vein.
They were concerned about the vein. So, in other words, the first attempt would, there's this black vein of another material that would cut right across through his nose, and that didn't look...
They were concerned that the nose was going to fall off.
That's right, yes. Okay.
So they pushed it back 4 feet.
They pushed it back 4 feet, and then the lip fell off. And then they carved it out. They carved another lip out of granite and stuck it back on there. So not only did he have a nose job, he also had a lip job.
Face job, yeah.
Face job. There we go.
And they raised his chin.
They raised his chin. Yes. And so he's like looking up, you know, the visionary. I kind of got, as soon as we told everyone that we were from California, we kind of got this kind of vibe. So.
Well, remember what the guy said yesterday at Devil's Tower?
What did he say?
You said, "Oh, my impression of you."
Oh yeah,
was much better, and he's like, "Look."
Yeah, because I chatted this guy up, and he seemed really nice, and he was from Wisconsin, and I've always held to the belief that every single person I've met from Wisconsin has been like super, super cool, and so I let him know about it, and then he goes, "Well, I guess you've softened my impression about Californians." So.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to tell, because I'm wearing the Shiner cap, I think I'm going to tell everybody I'm from Texas from now on. But the upshot of what I'm trying to say is Deadwood, I think we would definitely visit again. Mount Rushmore, as far as what our nation has to offer, I think that's a one and done. What do you think, James?
Yeah, I'd like to take the family back over here to this whole area, but yeah.
So
I would rather come back to see Devil's Tower again. That would be cool.
Yeah, definitely Devil's Tower again. But honestly, you're good for about 45 minutes to an hour in Rushmore. James, where are we?
We are at Crazy Horse.
We just walked inside the visitor center. This is really impressive. It smells great.
Tyler, you know what? I want to grab my phone. I want to take pictures too.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
All right. That's wild. I don't think I've seen this big of a collection since the Native American Museum in the Smithsonian. This is super cool. I mean, I was expecting to just look at a unfinished statue or an unfinished sculpture. This is really, really cool and very, very respectful. Okay, here's an unobstructed view of Crazy Horse right here. We just saw the film. The film is absolutely amazing. I'll post some facts on the down below. Oh, look at that. Birds. This is super, super cool. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing the driving here from here on out. But before we leave, thoughts on Crazy Horse? Go. It's one of the coolest things. I would say outside of Devil's Tower, it's the second most interesting thing on this trip. I really enjoyed it. The cool thing about it that I liked about it is that a lot of Americans are fighting for their culture to be recognized, and you're kind of reminded, oh, wait a minute, there is a forgotten culture. And it's really cool to see a hero from the First Nations or Native Americans to be recognized, and especially in a spectacular way. I don't think any of us are, I don't think this is gonna happen, be finished in our lifetime. Hopefully, probably in the next generation or even the generation after that. I don't know.
We're at 75 years.
Yeah.
And they still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
So.
But it's super, super cool. Also, the thing that I like about it too is that, you know, I've never been, how do I put this? I've never seen this many Native Americans in one place. I think the last time I was in either the Navajo reservation in Arizona and the Hopi reservation in Arizona, this is a place where people can gather and take pride in their culture and feel proud of themselves. And yeah, I think it's super cool. And I'm looking forward to hopefully coming back again soon, seeing the progress, and contributing towards something like this. This is awesome.
We're taking a piece home too.
No, we're taking, yeah. So the cool thing about it is that it's like, so for a small donation, yeah, you can get a little piece of the rock. Anyway.
All right, James. Since I've been gabbing pretty much this entire trip, I, as well as a lot of other people who are tired of listening to me talk, want to know your opinion. What was your opinion of South Dakota?
It was pretty. I mean, the fact that it was, it had those national monuments. They were gorgeous. The people were friendly. The land was similar to, what we've been in, but it looks like a nice place to live. So I like the history of it too.
Yeah, I like the history of it too. The roads, there's definitely, not to knock Wyoming on this, but if there is one criticism that I have of Wyoming, it's the roads, but it looks like they're improving on it, especially compared to South Dakota.
Yep. Yeah, we had Indian tacos. Those are pretty good. It's like a deep fried bread.
Yeah, so you had fried bread tacos. We contributed
back towards Crazy Horse.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. So
that was important to us. And I think the Black Hills are definitely worth a revisit.
Yeah, today we're going to try to make it back to Rawlins, Wyoming. And then if we get there, ETA is, let's call it 10-ish. And if we get there, we'll be 600 miles away from Zion, non-stop, 8 hours, like 15 minutes. So we're hoping to just try to get into Zion before sunset. And as long as we get there, and then we can hopefully hike early in the morning.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That is the condition of the road, guys. And we are in Wyoming.
Look, there's even a sign.
There's even a sign. Welcome to Wyoming. We got it this time.
Look, 5 miles an hour faster.
5 miles. Oh, yes. Hey, good. All right. But, hold on. We got stopped in Wyoming. So we're not gonna press our luck. I'm doing it at 68. You know what's fascinating about Wyoming, James, is that it looks in no way like Midwestern South Dakota.
Okay, we're gonna tell a story here.
You tell the story.
We get within 5 minutes of Wyoming. We enter, and Tyler decides, he asked me a question on the map, so I'm looking down at the map, and Tyler decides to pass a school bus with the stop sign open.
No, it had emergency lights on. It didn't have the stop sign.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
emergency lights.
But instantly, it's like, you're not supposed to pass a school bus.
And a state trooper there.
There was a state trooper right there.
There's a theme between Tyler and Wyoming. So, Tyler, I think you should not move to Wyoming.
I am not going to move to Wyoming. I love you, Wyoming. I think you're awesome. I think your flag is like one of the most underrated flags ever. You got some friendly folk, but man, me and the state troopers, that's right here.
Yeah.
But man, me and the state troopers,
deer crossing. All right. So we've been driving into the sun for the last 30 minutes, and it's finally starting to set. You can see the bug juice on the window that we clean every 5 hours, and it looks like we haven't cleaned it at all.
It's getting dark, and we just went by this rail yard. It's kind of like this miasma. It's kind of like Los Angeles in the 90s. Yep. Still in Wyoming. How you doing, campers? James, how you feeling?
Oh, I got a Monster Energy in me, so I'm wide awake.
That's awesome. I got about half a Diet Dr. Pepper in me. I'm doing okay. So, looks like we might have another hour and a half before we get to the BLM land.
This is our view. almost hit deer.
Yeah, almost hit deer. I had to actually run over roadkill. That was a split decision. And then for a while, we were like, well, what's that smell? Oh, yeah.
We have 600 miles to do tomorrow, about 8 hours.
Yeah. And truth be told, the reason why we're talking to you guys now is I need something to keep my brain occupied. I already went through my brother's podcast. By the way, check him out. He's the movie Defenders. So definitely check him out. Brad, that was an awesome podcast. Thank you for all the shout outs on that one. We listened to, what did we listen to?
It was Dungeons and Dragons.
That's like I'm tired, but I'm not exhausted. So, but yeah, this has been a great road trip. I'm really happy that we did this.
Same here. All right. We're going to go back to this wonderful view right here.
Yes. Scenic Wyoming at night. Okay, so we're on this, it looks like this one-lane road. We are on here for at least 24 miles.
Continue onto Courts Road.
And, okay, so now the speed limit is 45.
In about 15 miles, keep right onto Courts Road.
Yeah, so thank God for Siri, because every single horror movie regarding going through back roads is running through my head right now.
Yeah.
Thank God I have not seen Wolf Creek yet. But I have seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But we're in Wyoming. So.
Yeah, we're definitely on this sketch back road here.
Yeah.
James, tell us a story.
Well, we took this crazy road.
No, walk us through the process. Okay, so what we did is that I said, hey, let's find some BLM land close to Rawlings, right?
Rawlings.
Yes. So James looked up the map, and then we
Found something that's en route to Zion.
Exactly, and then we're like, okay, we'll take
That's
this state
why-
highway. I'll let James tell the story.
We knew something was wrong when it said like 2 hours to go less than 80 miles. It was like 70 something miles though. So we decided to push forward. It was fine at first until we hit crazy dirt roads. Tyler was going about 40, which was okay. And then it got really dicey. So now we're in the middle of nowhere, Chainsaw Massacre, Chupacabra, all the, crazy shit. And I'm standing outside, and this is when I go,
So yeah, I think
and someone drove. So like, imagine going for 40 miles in like the dark.
We have not seen people for like at least an hour.
And then we park in the middle of nowhere. And then a car within like an eighth of a mile rolls up and stops. So this is where we're at right now.
So I think they're on the other side of the river. I think it's fine. I think they're also BLMing as well.
I don't know. They turned off their lights while we have ours on. So we're signaling right now as a beacon.
Yeah. So
Maybe we should
anyway,
turn our lights
if this
off.
is our last transmission, no, I think we're fine. Honestly, I think we're fine. I think people just want to be left alone. So there was half a mile where it was, imagine like a tin perforated roof, but with hard dirt or clay. Like we couldn't, it's like I was coasting. Like I wasn't even putting my foot on the gas. It was, yeah, but we are here. We're happy that we're here. We're tired. We're going to bed. See you in the morning.